Aloha Friday. I am your host, Shane Austin, with my co-host, Dave Austin. I don't know which way to point. I guess I should point this way. You're over here on my right. You are in Salt Lake City today.
I am in Salt Lake City. I am. I know we're not to the gratitude yet, but I can't help but be grateful.
Just start with gratitude right now.
All right. So, I look around and looking at the picture, I see it looks like it's a fake set. And I'm going like, no, that's real. That's really behind me. How awesome that I get to be here. It is amazing. So I'm grateful to be here in this beautiful place and being with you and then our guest today. Aloha Friday rocks. I just need to start getting a Mai Tai. I haven't done that yet, so I need to add that to this part, but I'll get there.
I got to bring Megan back on. She was the one who encouraged the Mai Tai. So
here's what I got. This is my Mai Tai today.
There we go. Water of champions. Awesome. So, I already said awesome. And I know Zach has already got the clicker in the background. So if I can just remind everybody of the awesome counter, don't even worry about, let's see, is it not even showing? Don't even worry about counting it today because we got Zach. He's going to be clicking these awesomes every time we say it. But
I want everyone to support me. I want you all to, I'm the big awesome pusher.
Oh, geez.
Tap in, write in awesome. Just do it because awesome's a great word. It's being in awe. Okay.
Let's fuel Dave's confidence by everybody texting in or commenting in awesome as we go. Every time you do it, it just bumps up his confidence level, and we know how scary that can be.
That's awesome.
We already got Tim going awesome. We got Aaron going awesome. Hey, we're off to an awesome start. So I'm excited for that. Billy, you're joining with us again. Hey, Billy, how's it going? John Jensen, it has been a long time. Hope you're doing awesome today. Aloha. Oh, man, we got tons of awesomes. Victor, thank you guys for all the awesomes. This is already starting off to be an awesome episode. We don't even need Dak. Dak, you can stay in the lobby. We won't even bring you out. But as I get back to the gratitude, we always start with it. I want to talk to the audience right now because it's not for us. The gratitude, for us, it's for us, but it's for you. It's a reminder to you. And I want just right now, just on a scale of 1 to 10, everybody that's watching right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how grateful are you today? 1 being completely ungrateful, worst day of your life. Even if it is the worst day of your life, there's still something to be grateful for. But 10 being absolutely grateful for every little detail that's going on in your life right now. Because gratitude is a positive attitude to stay in and a positive energy to be in. So that's just my reminder to all of you guys. We got Tim going with an 8. That's a strong. I want to get you up to a 10, though. How can we get you to a 10?
Helen Hansen from Chicago. Or actually, not Chicago.
Billy, what's up? Why are you very sad today? Let's find a gratitude in something that you're sad about. Let me know. And we'll find a gratitude together. I love it. Helen is a 10. That's awesome.
Then the awesome down goes up.
So I want to know if you aren't at a 10 today, let's just start listing even the simplest of things. You woke up in a bed today, maybe. You even if you didn't, if you were in a sleeping bag, you woke up. You're breathing. You got food on your plate. Depending on whatever your situation is, it doesn't matter how small it is. There's something to be grateful for in any scenario. And as you fuel yourself with gratitude, you attract more things to be grateful for. So if you're not at a 10 today, start thinking of those little things to appreciate, and then we can all grow together. Because if you're, if you're not appreciating, you're depreciating. Matt Moss, 10. God woke me up, baby. Yes, he did. We're glad that you're here with us.
And Shane, I've started this all week. When we had our Beast Mode On Elite call on Monday.
There we go, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, you're a 10. 10 in every aspect of you, inside and out. I love it. So in our Beast Mode Elite call, Gustavo said what he does every morning. He says, I'm a winner and I'm winning.
I love it.
Because I'm breathing. I have done that every morning this week. And it's funny, but I have felt that. It's a great way to start the day. It's the little things that make the big differences.
Well, Roger Anthony, who we all know is an amazing human being, he would always say, you can bullshift your mind. So bullshift your mind into gratitude. Even if for Billy right now, house fire, that's never
gosh.
good. But what's the that's a tough one. But there's still, oh well is one of our animal principles. And if things are out of your control, you got to sometimes just say, oh well, instead of saying, oh hell. It immediately puts you back into that. Just at least a state of mind. It doesn't mean that you're going to overcome whatever that hurdle is right now in this moment, but at least it puts you in a composed state of mind. So I'm sorry, and my heart goes out to you. Our prayers are out there for you with your house fire. But find something. Even in destruction, sometimes there's beauty. It might be in disguise, and it's a little bit harder to uncover, but there's always some kind of hidden gem within it. So I challenge you to look for that, even in a very destructive type of situation. But thank you for sharing, Billy. Let's move on to the hashtag Queek. For anybody that follows me on Instagram at ShaneAustin10, I post a quote of the week, aka Queek. And this week, I want to see if anybody knows the author of this quote. This is my challenge to you guys. This one's a tough one to pronounce. There is no difference between a pessimist who says, oh, it's hopeless, so don't bother doing anything, and an optimist who says, don't bother doing anything, it's going to work out anyway. Either way, nothing happens. So it just goes to show you got to take action, whatever it is. And we always choose optimism. We choose the positive road, but it means nothing if you don't actually do something about it. So that's the Queek. Who wrote it? Winner gets a virtual high five. And I'll give you a hint. The author, he is the founder of Patagonia. So if anybody knows that, and it's a tough name to pronounce or even spell, but I'll give you guys that challenge if anybody knows it.
I want to challenge all, because every so often we get defensive linemen out there, others that play professional football. I challenge you that this next spring no, this is terrible. I'm doing it. I was going to say, see how many of these when Shane's dropping back to pass, if you can get to him, if you can get him to go Queek.
Oh, Matt, I think Matt's watching right now, and he's definitely going to be on my tail in China. We had some good battles out there last year. There we go. 10 plus, business up, game is sharp, and it's finally Friday. I think every day should be a Friday though, right? It's just Friday. Aloha Friday doesn't have to just be on a Friday. It's a mindset. It's a mentality that every day is a Friday when you take that mentality and you love what you do.
Well, we start the week strong with my game readies. If you follow me on Facebook, Mondays, that's how we start the week. And then Friday, we end the week strong. We got time on the clock. It's Friday. What are we going to do great today? It just keeps you in that energy.
So, Coach Dave, what is the tip of the day?
The tip of the day, I think that we all have a gift in us. And a lot of times, I know in my coaching, one of the most fun things I have is helping people find their true gift or their advantage they have. They might not even know they have this great hidden advantage over everybody, because most people look at someone, oh, well, they got that, they got this. They don't even understand the gift they have within themselves. So for me to open someone up to understand that, oh my gosh, all the things that have happened to me have happened that I can use, and that's an advantage. And I have something in me. It goes perfectly with our guest today, because you know what? They didn't think he could be a baseball player that would go on to play professionally, but he found his gift that separated from the pack. I think we all have that gift. It just, we just have to take the time to find what our unique gift is. And when we do, it's game on, baby. So that's my tip.
Well, that's a great tip, and like you said, a great segue into our guest today, because he had a competitive advantage that helped him reach, higher levels than most people had. And, in interviewing him beforehand, making sure that we were on top of this for the agenda today, his story is so similar to mine. It's like mirror image. It's just a different sport. He had to go through, he had a baseball journey, and he had a 10-year, pro career in baseball, which is awesome. Click that one for us, Zach. And Billy said, I like to see you play in the NFL. I love it. And I appreciate that, Billy. But
I just got to say, Billy, I still feel you're going to see that. I know you love in China, and you are the face of football in China now, and that's a beautiful thing. But I do believe someday I will see you on the NFL. But it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's going to be awesome. Oh, there we go. Another click.
Zach is in the lobby right now, but he just showed me. I think we're at 17, but I think you just hit 18 right there. So we are off to an awesome start. So anyways, back to Zach Penprase. We're going into our guest today. He is an extreme focus certified coach, and that is, our company. That's our mental performance coaching, and he's gone through the certification. He is an absolute rock star. He just talked to 60 baseball players yesterday. He is out there living it. He's not just talking about it; he's doing it, and it's exciting to see his new journey and venture. But back to baseball, coming out of college, he led the nation his senior year in stolen bases. And that was in 2006. That's when he got drafted by the Phillies. But that was his niche. That was his competitive advantage, was stealing bases. He found a gift within that. And we're going to talk about that today. But another fun fact about him that he mentioned is his first, I don't know if you know this, Dave, his first ever college hit was a home run.
Oh, really?
Knocked it out. First ever college hit.
That's too cool.
And again, going back to the comparisons between us, my very first high school pass, this was freshman football, but still, my very first pass was a touchdown. And, and I still remember it was Mark Ott. I don't know if he's watching this video right now, but it was actually just a little bubble screen. He did all the work. I didn't do anything. But either way, it all works.
I'll tell you what, Mark was one of the greatest, high school football and baseball players. I still admire how awesome. And I know he joins us sometimes. I hope he does get to see this.
So we're going to bring in Zach, but one thing I want to say as I bring him in, there we go. And Paul Lechuga, who is with us there. He remembers Mark. I know that. So one thing as I bring in our guest, Zach, he is one of our I'll just bring him in right now as I say it. Welcome, Zach. Here we are. And you are in your Aloha bro tank today.
All right, now I got to make a comment before we ever say anything. So we both have lived in Hawaii. Of course, you played quarterback for University of Hawaii. And anyway, one thing you can always pick out a Midwesterner is when you see this is their Aloha attire.
I think there's a lot. a lot of people would, a lot of my buddies who are probably watching this, we always like to get on the bro tanks on Fridays. We'll go hit the golf course sometimes in the tanks. We might burn our shoulders a little bit, but I think you're safe inside, Zach. So I got to ask you, Zach, before I even get into what I was going to say just a minute ago, you got anything, you got any costume planned for Halloween?
It's a secret. I do a live with Karen, and we do a little dance.
Okay.
So you'll have to be surprised when you watch our dance move of the week.
Ooh, looking forward to that.
So.
Okay, so we'll keep it a secret. Billy says hi.
Hey, Billy.
So what I wanted to say is one thing that I've been doing on Instagram for anybody that's been following me is I partnered with some other amazing coaches, Zach included, in a giveaway. We are literally giving away some of our great products that will help you be a game changer in your life. There's a book, there's a planner, there's some audios that you can just listen to in your ear whenever you're driving or your commute, when you're working out. There's some amazing freebies. So all the rules to the contest or the promotion is in my Instagram. So go follow me at ShaneAustin10. Or you can even go to Zach's, because Zach is one of our coaches that's along this promotion with us. What is your handle? Just so I can let other people know.
Penprase 6.
Penprase 6. Let me put that up here real quick. Penprase 6.
See if you spell it right.
Perfect. Did I do it right? Yeah. And it's a throwback picture of you. So if you see a little boy holding a bat, no, that's not the wrong profile. That's Zach. So now let's see. Let's make sure okay. I'm just looking over my agenda here. One thing I do got to say to anybody watching right now, we love you guys so much for all the support you guys have given us, the regulars that are here every week. I know Billy's here a lot. I've seen Paul in here before. We got a lot of regulars. Matt Moss is a regular. Helen, Tim Grasso. Thank you guys all. Aaron Garcia. Thank you guys all for the support. And we just ask again, I say it every week, the way we can help spread these messages. And don't know you, Zach, but a big high five from Helen, the virtual high five. And nobody's got the author yet of the quote. But anyways, one big thing that helps us spread our message is if you guys could just share this video. If you like the content you're hearing, like the video, comment, engage with us, with so much of you guys do, and you guys obviously know the value in that. But share it to more people so we can really reach and touch as many lives as we can, because some of these stories are very impactful. And I'll tell you, Zach's story today is going to be extremely impactful. So I'm excited for that. Now, nobody's got the quote of the week, the queek. So I got to give it to you guys. We don't have David Norris on today. He's the ringer. But I guess I can give it to you right now. I'm going to spell it. Let's see here. He's the founder of Patagonia. If anybody, can you guys pronounce that?
Yvon Chouinard. I want to hear Dave try to pronounce it. He likes to pronounce it.
You're great with names, Dave. How do you pronounce that?
Yvon Chouinard.
That was actually pretty close, minus the accent. But Yvon Chouinard is how at least
that was pretty dang good. That's pretty good.
How it's pronounced. Here we go. AJ, what's up, boys? Sorry I'm late to the party, but hey, you don't have to apologize. You're here now.
Wait a minute. Is that Anthony? Is that Pluta?
What up, Pluta? Yeah.
Yeah, Pluta, baby. Oh, man, haven't seen you in a long time, but, man, I want to reach out, want to hear what you're doing. I coached him when he was, playing and throwing the ball 97 miles an hour. Woo! Guy was just –
that is smoking fast. Geez, that's amazing. So you guys played together, you and Zach? Is that
I didn't play with him. No, we had the same agent in Paige Odell who was
gotcha.
Guy. We worked out together and we became friends almost instantly, pretty much. As soon as we met, it was like best friends, for life. And he's now living up in Canada and he's doing his thing. He's actually doing some mental stuff up there. So
nice.
I'm happy for him and I'm actually looking forward. I told him last time I talked to him, I look forward to working with him.
That's awesome. We got to get him down to go to the Extreme Focus program, man. He's a natural. He's perfect.
Was it just like Step Brothers? Did we just become best friends?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, talking about best friends. All right, I know we got a lot, and I got to get your story. I went to the post office.
Where's the gong?
No, shut up. I went to the post office yesterday, and the gal looked like she was from Hawaii. I just said, "Where are you from?" She goes, "Oh, my mom's Japanese. My dad's from Tonga." I said, "Oh, great." And I said, "You just look like Polynesian. My son played quarterback for Hawaii." She goes, "Oh, my dad's son or brother's son, I can't remember which one, played quarterback for Hawaii." I said, "Played quarterback for Hawaii? What's his name?" All right, this is your guess. You know him. You know him well. He was a good friend. He's a couple of years ahead of you.
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Oh, geez. I was looking through the next part of I'm not even present right now. I got to apologize. So who's the quarterback? Ask me the question again.
I'm at the post office. She looks Hawaiian, asked who she is, and mentioned you played quarterback from Hawaii. She says, "Oh, my brother's son played." Oh, no, Kathy already put it in, gave it away.
Oh, well, I should have known that from Tonga. I know that was my locker neighbor, Inoke. Funaki, man, that guy is an awesome person. I need my dog to stop barking right now. Kai, we're having Aloha Friday. Can you show some Aloha, please?
Anyway, just real quick, good friend of yours. He's playing quarterback in Japan and coaching the team too.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's exciting stuff.
So we got to go on, but I had to share friendships, man.
Let's keep the stories, the side stories offline. No, I love it. I love it. So I want to get into Zach. I want people to hear your story. And we're talking, a little bit about competitive advantage. You saw, you guys have seen, the title of this post. I mean, you were a little bit of an underdog, even though people might not see it looking at you at 6'2", definitely a lot bigger size than me, but still an underdog nonetheless. What do you think was your biggest advantage? And we kind of already addressed it, but how did you find that advantage and how did you really exploit that advantage?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't really know if there was actually an actual point when I realized. It might've just been when I got to college. in high school, I wasn't really given the green light. You know, I had to steal whenever I was given the sign, and I didn't really think that I could steal bases either. So to me, stealing bases is completely a mindset. You know, you don't have to be the fastest guy in the world, and I never was the fastest guy in my team ever, my whole life. You know, and I could always hit the baseball pretty well for a good average. Didn't have too much, you know, pop, but I knew I was fast and I liked to run. But I wasn't never the fastest guy. And I think when I got to college, my college coach was huge into just teaching everybody how to steal. He definitely thought that stealing bases was going to be a big part of our team and, you know, scoring runs. And he would just let us go. And he knew I was fast. He knew I wasn't the fastest guy on the team, but I don't know what he did. He just knew how to get into my brain and just kind of trigger to where I built this confidence. And I built this mindset to where I studied pitchers, man. I knew every sort of move that any pitcher had, especially lefties. I love stealing off lefty pitchers. It's amazing. They're looking right at you, and you just steal a base right in front of them. They're just looking right at you, and they try to do their trickery, and you're just already on second. Next thing you know, you're on third. And so I developed this mindset where my coach just told me to keep stealing, you know, just keep going. And his big thing was, you know, get a consistent lead, get a good jump. But the biggest thing that, you know, I see is that running a straight line to second base is one of the hardest things to do. I don't know why. It's just, you know, we all know the quickest way from point A to point B is a straight line. But when you start to run, you start doing this weaving thing. And some of these guys that were just blazing fast, they couldn't steal any bases. And it was strictly because they couldn't figure out how to run straight to the base. And I know a few of these guys are going to be watching this video and they'll totally agree. And, you know, it's something that developed, I guess, in my own body, in my own mind. And once I got confident in it, you know, the year I stole 57 bases, led the nation, I stole 20 for my first 20. And, you know, if you're never getting thrown out, obviously the confidence is huge, right? It's huge. But then when I finally got thrown out for that 21st try, and it was just, I just ran back to the dugout like, whatever, man. I have 20 bases. I'm 20 for 21. Who cares? You know, so it's the mindset that I developed. I knew I was fast, but what could I really do with it? Could I just hit the ball and run around the bases? I mean, no. The real reason that I got drafted was I could hit. I was kind of sketchy at fielding, which I worked my butt off at getting really good at. But their scouts always look for that one thing, that one standout thing. And to the scouts that were scouting me, it was really the fact that I could steal some bases. And, you know, I got on base and I could steal some bases, and it really changes the game. I know we know Dave Roberts is a coach now of the Dodgers, but, you know, when he won that World Series with the Red Sox, he was pinch running, and everybody in the world that was watching the game knew he was going to steal second base. And he still was able to do it, you know? Everybody in the world knew he was going to steal second base, and he still did it, and it was amazing. It was so exciting for everybody. It was like, he's going. And then when he finally went, he had a great jump. He's fast, you know, and he dives in there. And I love to see guys that are actually super fast that know how to steal bases, you know, guys like D. Gordon and Billy Hamilton. Those guys are super speedy fast, but they also know how to do it as well. And I love it. And people just say, you must have just been really fast. No, you know what? I was fast, but I never used that as that's what I just went for, was I'm super fast. So, you know, if you're not fast, you can't do it. I played with plenty of guys that were even slower than me that stole plenty of bases as well. So that was my competitive advantage. And I don't know how I built it. I think it was just my college coach really stepped up my mental game and realized that keep going, build that confidence. And once I built it, I never turned back.
That's awesome. Can I throw in real quick?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Dave Roberts. He's a friend, and Dave is just the nicest guy. Just a great guy. I had a chance to coach him. I mean, you know, when I did some work with the Dodgers, he was our center fielder, and then I really got to know him when he was the bench coach for the Padres. Great guy. And now he's, you know, managing the Dodgers in the World Series. So it's appropriate timing. But I just want to throw in that what you're saying, I want anybody who's watching, it doesn't matter if you're a baseball player, it doesn't matter what you do. There's an advantage you have. And Zach, you tell such a great story. You just needed to go after it fully. And then You weren't even on the radar for the scouts until they went, wait a minute, this is a guy we need to take a look at. So I think the biggest story here is just allow yourself. You've got something there. I know Sarah's on right now. She's got some tremendous gifts, and we're getting a chance to work together. And what she's going to be able to bring out is going to be amazing because we're just bringing out something already within her.
Underdog. Read David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell for some amazing info on how underdogs become winners all the time. I'm going to have to add that to my book list. I love a good underdog story because I was one myself, and I still am. I still always see myself as an underdog, but I embrace the underdog mentality and mindset. Nigel's loving it. I just want to say, I had to write down something because you brought up a lot of good points in that story, and I had to write them down so I don't forget them all. But the first thing you mentioned is you even said it. You weren't the fastest guy, even though you were the one stealing all the bases. You led the nation in stolen bases, even though you weren't the fastest fastest guy. So when we're talking about competitive advantage, finding yours, it obviously doesn't mean that necessarily you have to be the best in whatever that niche is. It's just it took you to focus in on the details. It took you to study the picture and to bring a focus to whatever that was that maybe you were good to turn it into something that was great, because that was truly your advantage, was the focus that you put into that skill and developing that skill, because you found a way that, like me, I'm not a large quarterback. I'm on the small end of the spectrum. I'm still waiting for my growth spurt, but I focused on the things that I was really good at. Like with my size, I had an ability to be more agile, quicker with my feet. I had, I put more focus on my fundamentals. So that way, the bigger guys who a lot of things just came second nature and natural for them, I worked a little bit harder for them. And that ended up proving to be a stronger attribute later on in the long range goals, the long scheme of things. You take that dedication, you focus in on those details on a consistent basis. You develop those. Maybe it's a little skill, but you turn that into your weapon advantage like you did. I mean, that's amazing. And then that momentum is what built that confidence for you. Momentum is a huge thing. Think about that for all the audience out there watching right now, is how can you continue to build momentum with that competitive advantage that you're developing?
And I'll say one thing. I know you're about ready to say something, but I introduced you to your agent, and I remember he wasn't going to sign you. I said, no, you don't look at this. And it was that one thing. He goes, oh, okay, I'll sign him. You gave me that all you need is one, right? But go ahead.
And on top of that, Shane, I told you this before, is that I was watching this excuse me. I was watching this documentary on Warren Buffett, and he talks about when he becomes interested in something, he just fully dives in and he wants to know everybody that's involved in it, every little detail about it. And he just becomes obsessed with it. And that's what happened. I became obsessed with learning the right timing to steal. I'd hit a double, and my coach always told me, as soon as you hit a double, steal third, because that pitcher's so down on himself and he's so just like, man, I just gave up a double, steal third. And, you become so in tune with what counts you can steal on, the type of pitches that you can steal on, when the pitcher's going to throw it off speed, you can go on those. It gives you all these different advantages, And obviously, as I got into it, I worked on my speed. So I got faster and faster and faster. And when I did go try out for the Dodgers in an open tryout, I did run a 6.6 60, and then I was fast, right? So then I'm fast when I'm running a 6.6, but when I'm stealing bases in college, leading the nation, I was running like a 6.9 or a 7, and that's kind of just an average, whatever. And there's plenty of guys that can run that fast, but can you become obsessed with something so much, become, obsessed with these details and just figure out everything about what you have and just take it to the next level and just be the best you can at exactly that thing. That's
such a great point, because so many people chase the shiny object or squirrel, They get distracted, with what's the next cool thing that's going to up-level their business, up-level their athletic career, whatever it is. But when you focus on one thing and become obsessed with it, even fanatical about it, like you're talking about, then you can really develop that skill. And Tony, who's joining with us, what's up, Tony? He says, I love it, Zach. Master one skill, work hard to level up in the other areas. So you were working on your other skills, but you were truly bringing out that strength. You weren't just going to be like, okay, let me just focus on all my weaknesses. No, you focused on that, but you put a big emphasis on your strengths and really got obsessed with it in a good way, a great positive obsession, which I love it.
What you feed will grow. What you starve will die. You feed the strength.
Oh man, that's some juicy stuff. I have heard that one because we teach that in our Beast training, but it's so true. You really do attract what you put out there. And that's why we start with gratitude. But let's feed those gifts that you have. Let's feed that, maybe that little niche, that unique gift that only you have. Now, last week we talked about there's only one person who can be you. Everybody else is being, you can't be everybody else. You just got to be yourself and find what that niche is, find what that gift is, and then freaking bring it to the surface. Bring it to the potential. It will lie dormant if you don't do anything about it. We got to take that potential and bring it up and use it. Is everybody watching right now? Are you truly living out your potential? Are you taking your gifts and bringing it to the surface? And if you aren't, that could be just a rhetorical question for yourself. Find ways to take action and to make that happen. Again, going back to the quote of the week, take action. That's what it comes down to. It's not about being pessimistic or optimistic. It's taking action on that gift. So I love the discussion and the direction this is going. Your story is amazing. And Sarah says, "Bring it." I'm getting hyped up right now because it's I just relate with this story so much.
A lot of passion is flying, baby. I can feel it. I'm sitting here just feeling the passion coming from both of you. It's awesome. Oh, there we go, baby. Where's the clicker?
I'm finding my competitive advantage right now.
Hey, where's the clicker?
The clicker's at 23. We actually started when you brought me on. We were at like 19, and we've only got to 23 now. So
23.
All you baseball players out there, I got a pitch counter here, and I'm keeping track of all the awesomes.
And Aaron Garcia, who's Veronica's probably with him as well. They're absolutely awesome, and they say do what you love. They were a guest on our show a couple weeks ago, and that's exactly what their gift is they help others do what they love, and that's what's so beautiful about it and so awesome. So let's continue making that counter go up. I love it. Let's shift into the final four because we could talk all day on this, and I love it. But the final four, same questions we ask every guest each week. And, it's powerful. Last week, everybody was the guest. We asked the entire audience what their answers were. And that was a pretty cool discussion. But today, Zach, it's all about you. This is your show. So, number one, Dave.
Question, baby.
Take it away, Dave.
Who has been the biggest influence to you in your life? Outside of me.
Let's say growing up. But you can say me.
Shane, Shane. No, just kidding. I think it's a toss up, and I think at growing up, it was a big. My dad was always a huge influence on me, and he knew so much about baseball and guided me through my life. But I think he was huge, but I think my biggest influence was his mom and my grandmother.
Wow.
And
all grandmas out there are going, woo, we love you, Zach. Keep going.
The way that she lived, with such faith and passion, and she had, so many grandkids, and she was able to touch every single one of them. It was so amazing. She survived breast cancer for 30 years, and
wow.
She was just this little tiny thing, 5 foot, 5 foot nothing. But the passion and the love that she brought to everybody, I remember going to her funeral, and there was thousands of people there. It was thousands of people. I was like, whoa, like what? And people, one after another, were going up on stage and just talking. And, they were just strangers that she just said hi to one day and just gave them something that got them through whatever they were going through. And she touched so many lives. And I would say my whole life, I think that my biggest influence would be my grandmother. And she died when I was, a young kid. I was probably about 12. And still to this day, she still listens to me. I talk to her. She still listens to me. And it's a beautiful thing. It's so awesome. There's my one right there. I love her so much. So I think this is my grandmother.
I love that answer. And, I listened to your podcast on Karen Lovely's podcast, The Power of Self-Evolution, and the one you get to dance with all the time on the Facebook Lives, which I love watching. But you talked about your grandmother as well and how influential she was. And she just had that gift to find the gift in others. And she helped, right? She helped you unlock some of your gift.
Find my gift. Yeah, for sure. She always told me I had a gift, and I thought it was just baseball, or I thought it was just athletics. And just like a month ago, I figured out what she was really talking about was like, and I'm getting emotional. Like, it was really like my heart and my love and that was my gift, my influence on people and my connection and just my love that I have to give my heart to everybody. So yeah,
that's so cool, so inspiring. And geez, I want to say, Dave, what do you have to say about this?
Dave, are you a positive influence? Well, am I?
Oh, cat got your tongue? Oh, Tony stumped you.
No, absolutely. That's what I live for, to be a positive influence, not just to me, but I want to be for me so that I can spread it to others. See, a lot of people forget about themselves. You need to bring love to yourself to spread more love to others. So you got a big heart,
Super serious. No, I'm just kidding. No,
he had an emotional moment, man.
It's such a great point. Hey, this is Aloha Friday. We get to have fun and enjoy this, right? That's why we do it. But gosh, I keep having this idea, this point that I want to say, and then as soon as we start laughing and all that stuff, I forget it. I'm out of flow now. Tony would be disappointed in me. But what I wanted to say is, your grandma found that gift in you. You thought it was baseball. You also obviously had a gift in baseball, but you had gifts in other areas. And I want people to watching right now that we're not just talking sports here. We're not just talking what's your competitive advantage in sports. What's your unfair advantage? Some people might not like that word, unfair. Oh, that person seems like they have an unfair advantage. No, they're just taking their potential and using it. So any area of your life, there's some kind of advantage or some kind of gift that you can find, and you can really take it and turn that potential into a strength. You just it's where you put your focus on. This isn't just sports. This is life. It's anything that you want to apply to. So question number 2, what is something you would tell your younger self?
As soon as I heard this question, it came to me right away, and it was shut up and listen. And for those that have known me my whole life, I was deemed uncoachable at a very young age. And, this may sound cocky, but I felt that my wisdom was a little bit further along than my age was, and which is okay. But at the same time, man, I always have stuff to learn. And when I was never shutting up and I thought I knew everything, I wasn't able to listen and actually hear this stuff. And now years later, I'm actually hearing it again and being like, why didn't I just listen to that 10 years ago? So I would just tell myself, shut up and listen. And if you don't want to take everything in, that's fine. You can spit it out, but at least just listen to it first.
Gosh, cool. That's great advice. And I think me and both me and Dave need to listen to that advice sometimes.
I think we all do. We all do. We all get to a sense where we all think we know everything, especially when you're in something for so long. One thing I hear a lot is, and I know Dave says it, we all say, it's like, we've been doing this for so long. I've been doing this for so long. I've been doing this for so long, but you're still learning stuff. So just give it a listen. And then you can always think to yourself, I've been doing this for so long. Maybe that's not working for me. That's fine. But at least just listen to it. So.
I love it. Nigel's loving it. Inspirational.
I love that Nigel's on. I got to say, most people might not on our broadcast know Nigel, but just real quickly, he surfed the biggest wave ever surfed, body surfed. I just had to throw that out there. 60-foot wave body surfing Jaws. I mean, that's like crazy. That's kind of inspirational also. Not kind of. It really is.
Well, yeah, if I was Nigel, one thing I'd tell my younger self is to not go on that wave. For me, no, I would be terrified. He is an inspiration with, just talk about courage and facing fear. That's unbelievable. Aaron says, shut up and dance. I love it.
Absolutely perfect. So now let's go to 3. We got to go on the final 4. Number 3. So what is something that people don't know about you? Some people on this broadcast, this is the first time they've ever seen you, but others know you're a professional baseball player. You're now a coach. But what do you like to do? What's the thing that you love to do outside of baseball?
I would say there's a few things that people don't know about me, and one big thing is that I got my black belt when I was 8 years old. So that's one big thing that a lot of people don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't know about that. And another thing is that
your shirt looks wonderful. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, now you're getting scared. Zach's
another thing that I like to share with people is I like to tell them that actually when I was going to school, I actually majored in art. So I'm an art major. And part of that is that's what I like to do. I like to kind of draw, and I like to get outside and adventure, take hikes and ride bikes, and just get out there and play. I just getting out and playing and just doing different things. I love my most recent hobby is to just try something new every week, whether it's to take a new route. And then I told myself, twice a year I'm going to do something big, whether it's jump out of a plane or, drive a race car around a track or something that's big, that costs some money, that actually puts me out there.
So before he throws in the next question, you did something big this year, did something really big, almost as scary as driving a fast car. Shane did the same big thing.
You're leaving us hanging on the edge here. What is it?
You did it June 3rd. He did a little bit before.
Oh, we took that ultimate leap. The ultimate leap of faith.
Got married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We are both married men now. Jeez. We're off the market, ladies. Sorry.
Oh,
there we go.
There she is. Always here to support.
Where's mine at? Megan, where are you? I have my dogs here. That's about all. I can get a lick on the face.
Perfect. I like to say, Zach, in baseball terms, you're over your skis on your wife. She's definitely awesome.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
You might have to explain that. I'm not a skier. I'm a snowboarder. What does that mean?
Well, Brendan McCarthy, who's pitching in the major leagues right now, I used to coach him. I didn't coach him in this game where he got the loss for the Dodgers, but I used to coach him, and he had the most incredible girlfriend, and then they got married. And I said, Brendan, I just have a lot bigger respect for you now, but however you kind of came up with winning her heart. And he goes, yeah, I'm a little bit over my skis, just meaning that.
In football, they say, you outkicked your coverage.
Oh, yeah. There we go. See, you got to talk in my language, guys.
Got to know who you're talking to, man.
Got to give me football analogies here. We haven't got a baseball analogy yet. Let's see. You can't hit a home run if you don't swing, right?
Oh, exactly.
Kind of works. Anyways, let's get on to the fourth question. We're getting a little sidetracked here. We're having a little too much fun, I think. Biggest life lesson from your sport?
I know you gave me a full week to think about this question. And, I think my last, what really baseball brought to me was a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, a lot of friendships, and a lot of, realization of what my true gift is as far as my influence and my love. And I think my last couple years, I went back and I thought I was going to like it just because that's all I really thought I knew how to do was play baseball, and I was good at it. But, my last year in particular, I had a great year. I had one of my best offensive years I had, but, I was really, really, really unhappy, almost to the point where I was depressed. And I knew I made the wrong decision as soon as I went back. I was injured right away. I already had nagging injuries right away. And it was just really unhappy. So I think the biggest life lesson, is just enjoy everything you're doing. You don't necessarily have to love everything that you're doing. It's not like I love doing this, but when you're in it and you're doing something, just make sure you're enjoying it and really just embracing that moment. And obviously we use that, in Extreme Focus with the hummingbird. And I think it is my personal favorite. Etmo is my personal favorite. And that's actually just not enjoying the moment, but like actually embracing it, which allows you to like enjoy it a little bit more. And it takes that level of passion to another level. So just make sure you're enjoying, anything you're doing, whether you're unhappy right now or you've been unhappy for a while, enjoy it. And if you really can't find that joy and you can enjoy it, you're going to have to try to find something else to do to where you can actually find joy and happiness.
I love that answer because, right now, I mean, everybody with us right now, I hope you're enjoying this moment with us. But I put there on the screen, and you said it yourself, embrace the moment is our hummingbird. It's one of our training principles that we use. Anybody watching right now, if you're truly embracing this moment with us, just comment down below, Etmo. ETMO, embrace the moment. Or if you choose, right now, you're going to make the decision to embrace that moment. Right, Etmo down below, because it's the only thing we can truly control is this moment. Nothing we can do about the past. We can learn from it. Can't go back. Nothing we can do about the future because it's yet to come, but we can prepare for it. The only thing we truly have any sort of control over is right now, here in this moment. And I thank you guys all for taking this moment to be here with us, whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live with us. Helen is living Etmo right now. She's embracing the moment. We got Kathy is living Etmo. I love it. Continue to bring. We got Abigail, Etmo. I love it. We got all sorts of hummingbirds flying with us together today.
Shane, I want to say something to Billy as well. He had a house fire, and we're trying to find gratitude within the moment, right?
Yes.
And, for him, for the house fire, some gratitude that he could take away. I don't know how much it destroyed his house, but the fact that he's on here with us and he actually, he lived through it. He still has his life. He can still rebuild. And like I said, I don't know how much damage it did, but hopefully nobody was hurt. Hopefully nobody was hurt seriously or at all. And it's a sad moment. You have to rebuild, but just be grateful that you did live through it and that there wasn't any sort of serious injuries to you or your family or friends or anybody.
That's a perfect point. And I hope, Billy, you're still with us. If not, hopefully you can come back to that replay because that is such a true valuable gift that Zach just gave. So continue to Etmo prayers and Etmo. You guys are awesome. Does that count if they type in awesome? Does that still go into the counter?
Well, yeah, because you're saying it. So as you're like, if you don't say it, I don't click it. But since you're repeating it, I click it.
I think we should count comments. I think that we'll have to go through afterwards. So we got a ton of Etmoers, which I love it. Just the fact that he is here tells you that he knows healing and is drawn to it. Yes. That is powerful as well.
Gosh, nice job, Sarah. Awesome.
This is it. Now you're just making fun of it. The word awesome.
I'm kidding. Normally, sometimes I do know it. I didn't even think about it. I use it so much.
It's hardwired into you.
Where are we at? Just by the way,
28. We're at 28.
28. Jeez. We're not awesome until we hit 50. So let's get it out. Awesome. So last but not least, Zach, where can people find you if they want to connect with you, get in touch with you? Where can people do that?
People can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Penprase 6 on Instagram. Zach Penprase on Facebook. And thanks, Tony. Appreciate that. All those awesome. And I do, I don't give out my phone number right now, but if you do really want to get in contact with me, I do like to, work through emails. And then if I find it's a good fit for us to even just start talking, I can give you my phone number. I love texting, voxering. I believe one of my true gifts as well is just being social and connected to people. I have to have this connection to people. It's like, I can live in solitude, but if I don't have that true connection to people, it kind of makes me depressed. So, so my email actually is zachpenprase33@gmail.com if you really want to get in touch with me. But I do encourage everybody to follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I love posting motivational stuff on Instagram, especially lately on my story. And I try to do it in the morning so everybody can start their day off right and actually just live into their day
Did I
or
spell
live into
that
their
right?
video.
Yeah, did I spell that right?
Zach Penprase, yeah, except for it is Zach Penprase 33 at Gmail.
Oh, shoot. I missed the 33. Anyways, just add a 33 in there. We got awesomes from Nigel. We got tons of awesome. And Billy is back. Billy, I hope you heard that message. We talked about the fires you're going through right now and embracing the moment, finding the gratitude in it. You're alive. You're here with us. And that is a beautiful thing. So thank you for being with us. Now, let's see. And we talked about, right, real quick, we talked about at Penprase6. Again, going back to our giveaway. Go check out his Instagram or my Instagram. It's gonna stop tonight in, let's see, we got about 3 hours, 10 minutes left. So 9 p.m. Eastern is when we're gonna close it. So you gotta, if you want to get in this thing, you gotta act now. Can't be like, oh, I'll get to it later. It's gonna be
You
too
also
late.
added some bonus coaching sessions too, right?
We added today some bonus coaching sessions, one by Zach and myself. So free 20 minutes with us, either one of us. We also have 2 other coaches that's offered their time to where you can get a free 20-minute dive into maybe an issue or challenge that you're facing right now and get a coach, a certified extreme focus coach to give you a little bit of guidance on what to do. It could be the most impactful 20 minutes of your life. You never know. But if you take that action today, yeah, you have a chance of winning that opportunity. So a ton of giveaways, a ton of things that you can win. Go ahead, go on to Instagram. It's only on Instagram. Follow either me or Zach. I'm at Shane Austin 10, and then Zach is Penprase 6.
And before we sign out, I got to give a big shout out to if you can get to Chicago next week, next Saturday, the Soldiers of Hope. It is such an amazing thing. We're doing at Soldier Field. I want to really shout that out because it's an amazing event. And we even have, because you're on this show, Hope One, you can get a free ticket. So when you go to journeysdream.org and you go to sign up for it, rather than if you don't feel you can afford it, Hope One will give you a free ticket to it. We've got an amazing opportunity there to bring a lot of good. I just today got a gal who's going to be singing at the event too, who's the lead singer for Jefferson Starship. And she also played Janis Joplin on Broadway. So this gal can rock it. It's going to be really fun. And she's got a great story. But we've got Elvis Presley's brother coming in and talking about his final days, how he was over-medicated. And that's what ultimately called his, and David was right there when Elvis passed. And so that's pretty amazing. Frank Shackwitz, who created Make-A-Wish, will be there. Amazing story to that. There'll be an just awesome event. If you're in the Chicago area, easy to go to, journeysdream.org and Hope One, and you can get in. And if you're not in Chicago, fly to Chicago. Shane, do you think you're willing to fly there?
Oh, I'm going to be there for sure. And I put it right there. That's the code and the link. I can't click it right here on the screen, but it's in the comments. You can go and click it there. And it is going to be an amazing event. Soldiers of Hope. And Mark Haddis, who's spearheading the whole thing, he was our guest a few weeks back. So go back to the replays and get an idea of just the mastermind behind all of this and why it's so powerful. It's going to make an impact in so many lives. So hope to see you guys all there. I guess last but not least, I always like to have a little quick recap so we can kind of go over for people that maybe just joined us, things that we talked about today. Again, go back and watch the replay. Even if you did watch it with us, it was amazing stuff today. We talked about Zach's competitive advantage, but not only competitive advantage in baseball, but competitive advantage in life. We all have one. It's about putting a focused effort into it, looking at the finer details in that, and then building that momentum, building that skill so that just develops more confidence within you as you move forward. And hey, even an underdog can lead the nation. Zach led the nation in stolen bases. And that's not just like, that's D1. I mean, that's the entire nation. Zach was the leader in 2006. That's impressive stuff right there. So thank you, Zach, for taking the time with us today, being such an awesome guest. What are we at now?
43 is the official count with Tony 6 commented.
We need 7 more. We need 7 comments that say awesome.
Shane, Kathy said, I saw Kathy Lynn said awesome, 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 awesome. I saw that on there.
There we go. We're at 49.
We're 49. One more. I want an audience member. Give us our final.
I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. This is amazing. Everybody out there that joined us, you're awesome too. There we go. We're at 52, baby.
Yeah, that might be a new record. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe that's the first time we've actually counted it. Oh, we got a ton of people joining in with us. I think we surpassed our quota. We'll just keep it at that. So thank you guys all for taking the time. Again, every Friday we'll be here delivering some fun content. We like to have a little fun, keep it loose, bring in some bro tanks here and then. Although you're indoors, you might need to get a little tan on those shoulders now.
This is what I would wear in Hawaii, man. Then I could get my tan shoulders because this is what I would be wearing in Hawaii.
You better put on a lot of sunscreen because you're going to fry. But thank you guys all. Again, every week we start off on Mondays with Dave on his Facebook Live, and then we finish the week with a strong Aloha Friday. Thank you guys all for taking the time. We love all y'all. And with that, we'll say aloha.
Aloha.
Bye.